It's actually evolved a lot. I don't know if anybody had the opportunity to come see the concert last night, but it showed very much about what A1 is all about now. We're actually full live band. We have our band from Norway, it's Christians from Norway, come travel with us around the world, and it's much more of a live experience. It's kind of, you know, it's so far removed from what we were like when we first started out. I mean, I think people have that kind of impression of us as like a dancing boy band, but we don't actually even dance anymore. We just we were actually never dancers. We were kind of musicians that kind of had to learn to dance. So it's what didn't actually come that natural to us. And at some point we realised that we were spending, and this is no word of a lie, we were spending $25,000 on one dance routine. So to have a choreographer come in and a guy coming from LA and choreograph a dance routine, so we're like, you know what? We could buy a lot of guitars for that, a lot of piano, keyboards for that. So let's ditch the dancing and let's just become the band that we're much more comfortable being. So we kind of hide behind our instruments now. But the key on the shows is energy and feeding off the crowd's energy and giving that back. So it's not just a boring standing still live band. There's a lot of energy and we really kind of do our best to rock the crowd out. The music has changed because obviously 10 years old, a little bit wiser. We've had a lot of life experience, a lot of relationships, breakups and stuff like that. So I think when we first started out, it was all about the fun, positivity kind of. Our songs were like calling cards for our fans, like, hey, come and join our gang, But now we're actually just writing about real things that really matter to us. And I think the music is really, really developed and changed lyrically. We all write from personal experiences. So, yeah, I think anybody that has the chance to see us live will really see, and hear our new songs, will really see how we've developed as a band. Well, this whole, it's been amazing. We did 2 years in a row performing in London's Hyde Park to 110,000 people, and to be part of a massive, huge show like that is an honour. Being publicly voted as the best band at the Brit Awards is a huge thrill, because those award ceremonies are often decided by like a panel, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily represent the voice of the people. So it was nice for us to win the people's vote for that, which was great. And we were in the same categories like Coldplay and Craig David at the time, so we were the underdogs and we came through there as the winner of the best new band. And but in terms of highlights, being 10 years on and actually kind of coming back here to Southeast Asia, coming back to Singapore, and seeing that the fans have stayed loyal. When we knew we were coming back to Singapore, we honestly didn't know whether there would be anybody here to see us, because it's been so long. Trends change so fast, and Singapore is much, in Southeast Asia is a much more sort of sophisticated, cooler place, and I think trends change even faster. And so we were really thrilled to see that our fans had stayed true and loyal to us. We got a sense when we got to the airport, when quite a lot of people met us, and we had no expectations. We thought, okay, this could be good. So I'd actually have to say, our proudest moment up to this point is the fact that we've come back here 10 years on and there's still a following for us. That it doesn't really that's incredible. And a lot of them are the same fans that came to see us 10 years ago, obviously 10 years on. And they would be like 10 or 12 back then, and now they're like 22 and things like that. And so they've stayed with us, stayed loyal, and there isn't really any more of a compliment that a band can be paid than when people stay loyal to you for 10 years. It's amazing. Well, we were all so passionate about music, like 10 years before we started as a band, and we were all so keen to get in the industry, and we were all really keen to explore different ways to get into it. I mean, none of us ever set out and said, "Hey, I want to be in a boy band." We kind of all knew that we wanted to get a foot in the door, and when A1 came along, it seemed like a great opportunity, and we're all so glad that we are part of this, because it's a great thing, and we have just the best time ever. We've all done kind of solo things, but actually you can't really compare anything to actually being a band, and that camaraderie that you have between you, and we have so much fun. But there's challenges. I mean, the challenges is just kind of because as the industry changes, and it's been changing dramatically over the years in terms of how you market yourself, how your record sales has just dropped to an all-time low because of downloads and things like that. So it's challenging in the sense that you have to think, but it's also exciting. But you have to think outside the box and just try and think of new ways to get yourself out there. But it's such a positive thing because right now you can launch artists off the back of YouTube and so many different mediums like social networks and stuff like that. So even though it's challenging, it's a very, very exciting time for bands, really. And the way we keep challenging ourselves is just by, you know, we're three perfectionists that all like very different types of music. So we challenge each other, and we can be a nightmare when we're writing together because Christian really likes country music, Ben really likes like soul R&B music, and I really like kind of like classic mainstream pop. So the three of us, if we, you know, we really challenge each other, and if we get something that we all like, then we kind of know that we're going to connect with our fans because it's kind of, we've put all the best of all our worlds into one. And it's challenging, but you know, the day that you stop being challenged and the day that you don't, you know, get that thrill from doing what you do, then it's probably time to call it a day. And we're certainly nowhere near there. You know, we feel like this is a new beginning for us, and we're going to be doing this for a lot longer. So, but it's certainly not going to be another 10 years before we're back here. So, we might even come back later in the year actually. So we love it here. Anybody that saw the show, that would be it there and then. They would immediately think, okay, they're just a band. But until you see the show, then you don't really know. So that's why we're not sort of really comfortable with kind of doing the more kind of cliche boy band things, because that just seems so alien to us. Put us behind an instrument, put us behind guitar and piano, like we'll just perform so comfortably. But it's going to take time, but I think we won't go on about it too much. We're not going to say, hey, we're not a boy band, we're not. At the end of the day, that's what kind of gave us the opportunity to be doing what we're doing now. We're very thankful for that. So we're not going to shy away from it and alienate ourselves from the audience that bought our music. But we're just going to let the new music that we're doing speak for itself. And I think in time people will see that actually we're more of a band, I'd say, akin to like back in Christian's home country, like Aha. We're like just a three-piece band that actually goes out there and plays. In our shows, we do one dance routine just for like old time's sake, and it's pretty bad, but it's hilarious. We make a joke out of it. We make an absolute joke about it. We go, right, these are some really advanced moves to try and keep up if you can. And I think the most advanced move we do is like a slide on the floor and like a click, you know. So it's a joke, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. We like to have fun with the audience, and I think that shows. We had a song called Ready or Not. And it was one of the poppiest songs that we ever did.
Yeah.
Okay, but the routine was really hard, so keep up. It was like, ready or not. You're never going to guess what happens now. Here I come. Wait for it, you can't hide from me. Hide and seek. So now you know why we stopped dancing. And that wasn't one of the routines that we paid 25 grand for, by the way. That would be really messed up. We would be the biggest fools on the planet if we paid 25 grand for that, that's great. We actually worked that out ourselves. That shows too, doesn't it? But so we do that for fun, and funny enough, it ends up being one of the kind of the fun high points of the show. But then we change directions. We start with a really like rocking start with one of our songs done in a very different way, a song called Say My Brain to You, and then we do the dance routine, and then we strip it down to acoustic, so it's just the three of us. And we try and cram in as many like fan favourite songs as we can into one small medley, and then then it's just party time for the rest of the night. So. Look at you, there's something new to keep our loving strong. In terms of writing, it's all on like an even par. We basically just challenge each other, and we come together. I'll be sitting at the piano, Christian will be at the guitar, but we all play piano, so we'll have a few keyboards set up. And we'll just have a chat. So what you're going through, what's going on, and will usually be me, complaining about some nightmare of a relationship that I'm going through, and or because I've just not long broken up from a long-term relationship. You have a lot to draw from. So I tend to write a lot about that. Not in a negative or derogatory way, in more of like a positive way, using that experience and turning it around into a positive. So. And then we would just literally just jam a few chords, but it's usually like an interesting lyric that kind of fuels the song. Like we had a song called Another Year Gone that we just wrote and released in Norway. It was like a New Year song pretty much, and we just wanted to write about a song about a snow globe. And you know, like a snow globe was shaken. We wanted to relate a relationship to like being trapped inside a snow globe. Like you're stuck in this one particular state, and you can't break out of it. But it's also quite fragile. If you drop it, you know, that his relationship is going to break. It's like so we try and pick something interesting to write about. One of the songs on the album is called "Nothing in Common," and I wrote that about how the fact that the relationship that I was in for 9 years, we now had absolutely nothing in common with each other, and that happens to people. You can be in a really long relationship, and then you realise that you don't really know each other very much at all. So you can draw on these things, and also we wrote a song called "The Life That Could Have Been," which is one of my favourite songs from the new album, because both me and Christian had experiences where we met an old girlfriend, and we started talking to them about their lives, and they're showing photos of their family and their kids, and we actually put that into a song. And the song starts like, I met someone the other day, it was good to see her face again. She's the one that got away way back when. Showed photos of her family, soon to marry, mum to be. She used to want all that with me, and you kind of just, in the choruses, then I imagined if I hadn't taken that flight, what would my world be like? Would I be standing at the altar by her side? Would that child be mine? It's the strangest thing, the life that could have been. So it's kind of like just writing about things that we all experience and we all wonder about. And then the cool thing is that in that song, at the end of the song, we flip it so it's from her point of view, because as you both walk away from each other, you're both thinking the same thing. She's thinking it too. So then she's saying, you know, what would my child look like? Would it look like him and stuff? So it's a really fun process writing songs together, because we just, because everything's been written about pretty much. So you always have to just try and put a different spin on it. But the most important thing is that the lyrics connect with people. Yeah. You know, it's an interesting one, because we're very lucky, very fortunate. We have an amazing bond with our fans, and we can't really answer the question as to why that is, because that's something that only the fans can answer. We sometimes turn it around to them. We were asked that question just the other day in the Philippines, and they said that it was like our positivity and the relatability of the lyrics, and we're all quite kind of down to earth guys, and we're never trying to put ourselves on another level to anybody. We're not like really pop stars. We're very approachable, we're very normal, down to earth guys. No diva straps or anything like that. We're very normal, and we love to spend as much time as we can with our fans. Our most favourite thing to do, obviously, aside from the performing, is to chat with our fans, and we absolutely love it. First thing we do, like we did some signings the other day, and security guys kept trying to drag the fans away from us. We're like, no, stop it. They've come to see us, and we want to sign everything. We want to sign every one of their albums. We've not been here for 10 years, so when we come back, we want to make sure that we spend as much time with them. So we're very fortunate we just have this great bond with our fans. You know, because they're awesome. They're really cool. They're really cool. Not particularly like a dish in the dirt sort of secret, but just an interesting random fact. Ben is planning on making some men's jewellery. That's pretty random, isn't it? He's going to go into the, although he's wearing it earlier on, some that he made, and it kind of fell off and fell apart. So I think it might be a work in progress project. I'm absolutely mad about the Muppets. You know the Muppet Show? It's something I grew up with. I love the Muppets. That's one of my favourite things. So that's a random secret. Perhaps I shouldn't have admitted that. You know, but no, I think the Muppets are great. And Christian, he's quite very political. He's really interested in politics. He takes a massive interest in American politics and Norway politics. So I can imagine him being the Prime Minister of Norway one day. To be honest with you. He's got that way about him. He's a great speaker, and so it wasn't really a secret, but it was just kind of random facts.